And we are live, as far as I can tell. Usual good start, like just hit the ground running. We're going to play What Remains of Edith Finch, which is a title I got ages ago. And then basically, I hadn't put it on my internal hard drive. Where is it? PU. No, it doesn't go PU. That's a weird alphabet, isn't it? Um, what Remains of Edith Finch. So yeah, I could never be bothered running it because I never transferred it to the internal SSD, but it's there now. So oh, that's a nice styling of my. Look at that under my picture there, Retro Jimmy X. It's quite nice. Sold. Well, I've already bought it actually. Seen that. I do love a good organ. I nearly bought a box set of Organ Works vinyl and vinyl. I was just like, God help me. Actually, the guy was selling each record individually, so I didn't bother. I was a bit annoyed that he'd taken apart this box set. I know nothing about this game. Don't
A
even know
lot
the
of this isn't
controls.
going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house. My brother Milton disappeared when I was 4. It was like the house just swallowed him up.
Oh God, Milton Finch, eh? Well, that must be so heartbreaking to have a child or a sibling just
I lived here until
disappear.
I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Where? There. Looks a bit creepy. Is that the mailbox?
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
How did she know they were from 7 years ago? If she hasn't opened them. She's got the gift. I wish mailboxes in the front lawn was common in the UK.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Oh, I like that. That's quite cool. Not many games do things like that. I wasn't expecting things like this from this title. I was expecting it to be
In the
really
will, my mother
basic.
left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
It's a pretty cool title. That's good. Is it something digitalis anyway? Oh, what a place to grow up, eh? Beautiful.
The truth is, Even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent, as if they're about to say something but never do.
On Earth.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
What's that poster? Is that another Milton Finch poster?
I asked Edie once about the dragon in the pond. She said it had killed her husband.
Okay. They're all over those posters, aren't they?
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Well, it doesn't look architecturally sound. That's one way of putting it into words.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
We'll look round the back before we go in. I'm sure this is called digitalis. It's one of my favourite plants. It's absolutely beautiful. I love to see bees go into those flowers as well.
The house felt like it had always been here. Even the swing set was older than my mother.
I just love the way this narrative is presented. I just think that's absolutely superb.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
I'd like to have a doggy door that was so large a human could fit through it. Do you know what I mean?
The power had been turned off the night we left.
It's under the sheet. That'd be nice to know. I always like to know what's under
For the first time in
barn
years,
find.
I felt like I was home.
Northwest Chef. A holiday feast. Witch's Kitchen. Viking's Belly.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
I met a Viking today. She made shields, which was quite interesting. What's this?
Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
Oh, that's been left out for 7 years. There's air coming back through this vent. Nice stove. Beautiful stove.
Or how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
One of my dad's clients was Fox's Biscuits. Never got sick of eating Fox's Biscuits. I got close after a few kilograms of the stuff, but yummy. I presume that is a boiler. I'm thinking. Or an oven. A hot plate on top? I don't know. Oh, it's creaky, isn't it? This house. Oh.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
What an ugly photo. Oh God, is that a brother? O2 tank next to the wheelchair. Ooh, that was fun. Wow. I mean, I wonder if one of the people here took that photo. That's quite close up. Public market. That's an odd photo to take. Oh, nice lampshade. Just have
Nothing
a
in the
nose
house
around.
looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
This is my sort of game where you can just
Even the
nose
fireplace
around
had a story.
somebody's house.
Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Confusing. Oh, look at that table as well. Just a slab of wood that had, a tree that had already died, presumably. Lovely, lovely. That'd be resin filled nowadays. Every little thing. But I don't know actually. It makes me think, would I want to resin fill those? Anyway, this is a who lives in a house like this. I'm loving it. Just snooping around somebody's house. This is great. I love American houses as well. They're lovely. They've just got the space and such low costs of raw materials to be able to build such beautiful. And that, I mean, that's lovely. That bookcase just set into the wall like that. This is a nice little library room. It's great with that balcony. That sort of it's almost like a mezzanine floor, isn't it? It's just beautiful. It's really lovely. It's so haphazard as well. I really like it. Some bloody scorpion there. One of those it's a bit strange having an alarm clock there in the hallway. Some here. Cigars? No, it's a music box. Let's give it a wind.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
He built the house? Oh, I wonder, like with his bare hands built it, or My granddad used to build houses with his bare hands.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive. A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
What happened on that last night? Bloody hell, look at all those books just stuffed away like that. I'll be able to bear it. Proper bolted down that door, isn't it? Crikey. Look in here.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
So that's not what the key's for then. Right on the stair lift. My parents had old photos like that of the stairs.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms.
Oh, got another identical ferry photo. Oh, must be upsetting seeing. It's a bit weird, that one.
Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
How many siblings does she have, I wonder?
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
Jesus, how many
I
generations?
think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
How many generations lived here then?
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
No way. Oh, there we have it. 20,000 leagues under the sea.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Well, let's just, before we go through that, let's have a nosy around here.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
God, what a spooky house. A lot of duplicate photos knocking around. It's like, this is like one of those sort of antique centres I visit where it's like an old house converted into just an antique centre. A little bit of like, there's hoarding going on here, and certainly a lot of books. I never understand collecting so many books that you're obviously not going to read all those titles.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Right. Oh, she was from quite a, not aristocratic, but
Edie's
well-known.
father Odin built the original house.
Half werewolf, that guy. Nice, nice. I've seen a wine sort of storage unit like that, actually. It's built in like that. I mean, this has got to be a custom furniture piece, because you wouldn't buy that. It's custom made for the space, isn't it? So it's fantastic. God, there's so many books knocking around, isn't there? Actually, let's do the secret passage before we do anything else then. No, I think the secret passage goes all the way up to the tower. So,
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
well, considering nobody's been in here for 7 years, it's in good nick with not covered in spider webs and stuff like that. Oh,
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
well, how old was he then?
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Oh my God.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I thought that was a person there sat in the chair.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Yeah, man. Microscope. I thought this was going to be like a vanity area, but that's cool. Edie and Sven. 1947, that was the last time the calendar was there. So she was quite the biologist then, I presume.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
Why Mum sealed the doors?
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Pumpkin.
My Halloween candy was all gone. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Ugh. Although I used to eat some nuts out of my hamster food, actually. Don't eat the fish.
I kept eating and eating.
Oh, what was that? It's not too... Oh, that's disgusting.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's not good.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
Pretty high up here. Let's go this way. No. I've got a bell
I
on
tried to
me.
be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Oh going to jump that, am I? Right onto those ladders. No? Come on, birdie. Alley-oop. Oh. Purring, this cat. Wait, where's it gone?
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
There's a term for when people are able to become, well, not become, but possess the bodies of animals. I can't remember what it is. It's transmography, maybe? Where's this bird leading me?
I jumped and I almost got her.
Oh.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I could tell she was getting really tired.
Oh, I'm never going to be able to get it up there. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, it's up there. Where can I go? Oh, it's weird hearing this purring as well. Let's go back along here. No? How am I going to get that bird? There's the branch. Oh, there's a swing there.
I gobbled her up,
Oh God.
and suddenly I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth
Wow.
nibbling in the grass.
Wow.
Rabbits. up and seen mine through my
Oh.
talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Oh, nature's so brutal.
A mama rabbit.
This little girl's sick. Though I am the one
She
catching
was
the
almost
rabbits.
too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Get out to the sea. I am fish.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
What's that down
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
there? Where did it go? So I feel like I need to invert the stick for some reason. I'm constantly struggling to go. I feel like I should be pushing. Yeah. So there's not, I wonder why my brain works like that with a shark.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Oh God. Sick little girl. Jesus. Find another one. What's this? What do we have here? And this as well. What's this? Oh.
Grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Snake.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Not 100% on how to control this thing now. Like this camera angle's a bit weird. Let's just back it up. Let's go. Oh. That's weird. I can get like that far, and then if I press this, I zoom in, change the view. Such a
I
strange
was
dynamic.
big and I moved real quiet. I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
I came up into the brig, he's over. Up she rises, way, and up she rises, way, and up she rises, early in the morning. Lock him up to the brig, he's over, lock him up in the brig, he's over, lock him up till he's over, early in the morning.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Insatiable hunger is disturbing.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Ugh. God. Wait, I'm controlling the snake, so I can just decide not to go and eat somebody, can't I? I'll just make a home for myself around here. Just slither here.
I got closer and closer.
I'll just do what I'm told then. Oh no, she's gonna eat her parents. This is horrible. Oh no, this is her bedroom. Is she gonna eat herself? What about the gerbil? Go for the gerbil. My stomachs.
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Oh, what a disturbing thing. Jesus Christ.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
It's interesting, that family tree. Right. So Edith at the top. Milton, 1992 to 2001. Lewis. Sanjay. Well, I don't know what Sanjay is. Gus, Gregory. Oh, so the tree's backwards. Odin. Right. Just hear a cat. A kitty cat. Yeah. Mm.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Lots of bird cages.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
So, who's Edie on this then? Yes. Edie's 1917 to 2010. And Lewis was 1988 to 2010.
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
I question the manufacturing quality if they only last a year.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
A mole man. Just got his headset plugged in. I think it should be charging now, yeah.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Oh, of course, Edie's short for Edith, okay.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go.
Oh.
For a few weeks, she was a celebrity. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Interesting old lady. I do like bureaus, I have to say. And little pigeonholes.
Her room
Cutlass
was like a
thing up there.
museum.
Like a massive, yeah, a big cutlass.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune.
Wait, is there only one? Can you not rotate it?
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edith is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
God. Such a strange family history, that, isn't it?
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Why has anything got to be wrong with the family island? They all live in like scruffy, nice Singer sewing machine there.
Great-grandma had always been the family's biggest fan.
It's an interesting medium. Quite the artist though, isn't she, actually? Well, that was who was in the wheelchair then. What's that? Built 1937. Sven Finch. Dragon kills Finch.
Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
What's she wearing? That elbow length gloves. She's a goth.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Right. It's horrific.
It was a pretty big trace.
I don't want to open this. It's a bit weird, that. Oh, those are knitted
There's
gloves.
a secret in this bathroom.
It's a pop-up book. Wow.
It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
No way. It's a dark room.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Caspian Finch. There's the swing. Oh. Wow, this is a long room, isn't it? One creeping. What the hell? There were bottles stashed there. Move this out of the way. Oh, Calvin. What is this? Who smokes in an old wooden house? That's madness. Red rope. I mean, whoever smoked in this room obviously didn't fault Sam. Sam didn't mind smoking opposite Calvin, then oh well. Odin Finch National Park. Wow. Oh, it looks like stairs that lead up somewhere. Oh, they do. They lead up into the bed. Cool. Wow. There's a big set of antlers there. That is a cool way to get into bed, isn't it? Just go up this nice wooden set of stairs. That is cool. Darts everywhere. Oh, that's interesting. There's a set of stairs that go around the back of that one as well.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him.
Oh, so Calvin and Sam were twins then. 1961 this room was left. I mean, this is confusing. Explore the universe. Wow.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
That's so cool. A helmet? Yeah, why not?
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did.
Sure if I'm just supposed to swing or... Oh, he's looking at the person over there on the cliff top. Let's do both feet then.
At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Nail the lift.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Am I going around? I've never done this in real life. Never have.
I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up.
Oh God.
Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Oh.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Oh God.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
He died at 11. There's a lot of premature death in this family.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Come on. What's this here? Oh, you're joking. Do I want to go through here? It's a bit freaky. Onward. Let's go for it. Never seen so many spooky passageways and contraptions as I have done in this house, I tell you.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again. The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been
More
built
wine
for smaller
bottles.
hands and bellies.
Oh. Let's leave that open then. Okay.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Oh. A nice reel there. God, I came close to buying an Akai reel-to-reel today. I regret it, not buying it.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Wait, 1944 to 1960, 16 years of age. Is that a career or bloody hell? It's not looking good for you, is it, Edith? You're 17 now. Seattle Starlets. Bob Street. Happy birthday, Barbara. Oh. She's properly into the arts then. Where did she work? Barbarin. Well, that is a strange passageway there. There's not much I can interact with here as far as I can tell. There's something over here. Dreadful stories.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Oh.
Old Jack here with another
Oh, God.
ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box.
Oh, God. Oh, I'll wind it then.
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
I don't want to do it. Oh. It's the key. This is such a brilliant game. That's just so fantastic, the way that this has been done. Absolutely incredible. I'm going to have to find out more about the developers. I'm just trying to get myself out of the game. Oh, God.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Blood on the floor. The bloody handprint on that door over there. Hello? Hello?
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Blood on the saw. Who's there?
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
and she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the Late Late Picture Show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Jesus Christ. Is that necessary? I've got a crutch. If anybody's knocking around, I'll whack you. There's a skeleton just there. Is he actually in that? Is he in that?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Oh,
I
God.
returned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And there he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Oh, God.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
It's Rick. Yeah, there is this passageway, isn't there?
That night, she played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Come on. The skeleton there. Better not fall on that. Where is he? Has he got up? Radio. Turn it off.
Hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Phew.
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh, God.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard. But that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box was all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Jesus Christ.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Right. Well, can't go to bed now. Oh my God.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Hell out of here. Get out that way? No. Oh, there's only one thing I can do. I'll have to head to the basement. Play with the music box.
It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Well, I mean, that was a published magazine, so it's not definite. Wait. Can I not get out here then? Am I? It's locked as well. Where was that little area where the wine was? What's through there? Alright, let's just...
I wonder if that comic was right about there being a key inside the music box near the basement.
It probably was right. You're also probably going to regret going to look at it. Let's go anyway. I just can't find the... Is that it? No. Oh dear. So that roller skate was, wasn't it? Okay. Here goes nothing. Round and round and round and round and round and round. Oh dear. It is a key. Okay. Let's go down here. Oh, it looks okay to me. I mean, it's fine. Me? dark out there, isn't it? Don't want to see a fridge.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Oh, those are all the slabs of wood that she paints on. Somebody's been building a canoe down here. That's cool.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Quite dark, actually, down here. Oh, there is a fridge. Great. It would have been handy to have grabbed a torch or something.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
What's in here?
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Bloody hell. This family's spooky. Well, maybe it's just the dad. Oh my god. Where the hell
I
is this
remember
gonna go?
asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
They are preppers, are they?
If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
All the railway stuff. I suppose if you're going to eat crap food, you might as well get a decent spice rack.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine.
Oof.
That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today.
God,
I always
damn,
expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
More peaches. Let's go for it.
Even a monster on the other side of a door starts to feel normal.
Wrecking my thumbstick.
Almost
This.
friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
did Walter
I
dig
know
all
it's
this
out
out?
there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly.
I think he should have had some therapy actually as a child, not. Maybe this family's problem was
And Calvin.
lack of emotional support.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me.
That's crazy. The railway tunnel. He's burrowed out into a railway tunnel. And it's not even narrow gauge, but saying that. No, it is.
Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it.
Must have been like a cart. It doesn't
I'm
look
going
like
to
it would
appreciate
support
all
the
of it,
train.
especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week.
What the hell?
I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Oh my God. Wait, but it says 1952 to 2005.
Walter died
so
when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Wait.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
How is this girl not absolutely screwed up in the head? What's this radio all about as well? Where is it? Turn it off. Right, let's get down onto the railway line then. Heavy. More books, just endless amounts of books everywhere.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
What's this? Dark defense. A lot of dupes.
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house...
It's a lot of serum.
I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
What's that then? Is that his... Oh. That's his shit pit. No, he had a toilet and a thing upstairs, didn't he?
Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Seemed like a family curse. So what was this then? That was a... Oh. It doesn't make any sense. What kind of train would be able to go along bends like that?
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Oh my god, my head is so itchy. Oh. There we go. A little bit weird, but oh, that feels good.
And when you look at the house,
Oh.
that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
God.
What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Yeah, that's weird actually.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery may be more uncomfortable than the human one.
Is that because of the film Pet Sematary?
3
Oh
of the
my God.
gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault. Sven built the house, but it was Edith who designed the cemetery.
Well, she lived the longest then. Well, she died on her birthday. I must have missed that. 16 on her 16th birthday.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
Bloody hell. It's just so weird.
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Oh my god, he really did build a ship to transport the house. So weird. It just so happens to be low tide.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Oh, damn. That's insane. Like, I just assumed it was all like a bit of mythology, not an actual. It's just madness. That's so surreal. Okay. Well, name of a god, isn't it, Odin? So weird. Oh, well, well.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand.
Get up to that third floor, find out
But the older I get, the
going
more
on.
I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Aged one. Imagine having a cemetery of your family members outside your family home.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
He has a different surname. Sanjay Kumar. They're all Finches apart from Sanjay.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
I thought Edith was 17. So how long till I don't know. I don't understand. How did she leave home? Couldn't have been away from home that long. Not like she left at a very young age, surely.
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
22 weeks pregnant. Oh, that's who she's narrating all of this for then. I wondered. I was thinking, has she got... Wait, she can't be 17 then. Well, she could be 17, but... No, it's not making much sense now. I missed something here. I assume she's not 17.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Oh, she left when she was 17 then. What is that? A solar panel, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
They were both pretty intense.
Who were? Oh my god. An actual bearskin rug.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something. Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Kay. Who's Kay?
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
What? It's too early, Dad.
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be
I
careful.
love
That
this
camera's
game.
older than you are.
It's so good. It's so immersive and novel the way the interactivity
Should not have drunk all
works.
that coffee.
Hmm.
Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Last time I was with my brother Cal. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. Give me a minute to check the map. Let's see. Maybe. Or was it? It could have been.
Focus is right stuck on this thing.
You don't need to waste any more film on me, kiddo.
Yeah, the trouble is, I don't know what I'm shooting now. I was able to do the other ones quite quickly. The bean suit. I'll photograph anything that's in focus, but nothing's really. I mean, like the fish. They're in focus now, but nice composition. Fish. Ugh. Oh. Okay. All right. Well. I don't know. Can't seem to. Oh, that's really out of focus, but can't seem to see what to shoot. What am I taking a photo of them? Mug? Can of red bean soup. Oh. Oh, come on.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Don! I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay? Sorry, Don. Just gotta reset the timer. Hang on, kiddo. Just trying to get a shot of the two of us together.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about.
Dad!
Jesus Christ, this family is cursed. For God's sake. That's so bad. I shouldn't laugh, but that's so bad. Good on you, dear.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
He said 33 when he died. Jesus Christ. I wish one of those lions would eat a lion hunter as well. That's what should happen. They should have a policy. I mean, I know you shouldn't put a lion's life above a human's life, but how? Why not? There's not exactly 8 billion lions on the planet, is there? Should have the ability to allow the lion to have a go at the hunter when they get caught. I don't think there is anything else here. Oh, that is the deer, isn't it? Oh no, it's not a deer, it's a goose. Not like a deer. Right. Is that a generator or something? Oh no, it's the aircon.
After Sam died,
Passageway.
my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Gregory.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
I used to love baths as a kid. I mean, I still love baths as an adult. But bathtubs were so much bigger as a child. Oh, I can control the froggy.
That's over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw.
Look, he's got like some form of a demon.
He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination.
Synchronized swimming. I recognize this piece. Tchaikovsky. It's a waltz. The waltz of the flowers. I love a good waltz. The Blue Danube. And Shostakovich. Oh. Tchaikovsky's up there. If it is Tchaikovsky, I think it is. Not exactly synchronized swimming with these ducklings. Ooh. I can dive.
Whatever it was, he saw.
Oh, there we go. Let's try and do it in time with the music.
It sure made him happy.
Oh, yeah. Trying to jump on the whale. Hello. A lot of things following me now. Another frog I see in there.
I know how silly it sounds.
Bubble bath.
That I worried about a baby being too happy.
Oh, that's the best.
But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could.
No, I'll get sucked down the plug hole.
Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
That was always my worst fear when I was a child. Like, ever, generally. Like, bathing or not bathing, it was just a big fear.
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw.
Sounds like Gregory didn't make
So
it.
much I don't understand about Gregory.
Oh, God.
About everything.
Did he drown? Drowned, didn't he? No. Not my controller.
I know what happened wasn't your fault.
Oh God, he did drown, didn't he? His mother was on the phone. Oh
Sure is
dear.
that. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
What the hell? That was the 1-year-old. Oh God. After every little narrative segment, I get this
I
little
can't imagine
shiver.
my mom ever writing poetry, and yet
Just turn on the TV volume. Well, let's just ruin that piece from Tchaikovsky for me. That's all right.
a poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
What's that on the cliff tops? Oh no, that's Odin. Oh.
Rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
Oh, someone's gonna get struck by lightning. I've actually flown a kite successfully in real life. I tried, it was either last year or the year before, I got a kite just like this actually.
Sounded much too close and full of angry power.
Just
But all my father said to this was, make the music louder.
Couldn't launch it, that was the trouble. Being able to suck up all the furniture like this. That's good. do love this game. I just think I've never experienced so much variety of like mechanisms of control in a game before, like I have. This is so well done. I just can't understand what engine they used for this. Like that photography part.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you. She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
13. No playing outside without permission, no answering door for strangers, no messes after dark, all chores before dark, respect others. Sounds like a boarding school more than anything. Raise flag 7:30 AM, breakfast 8 AM, quiet time 11 PM. Duties. Wow. More like a military boarding school. Yeah. Well, they've got climbing wall. So we'll go on that.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
That's quite a recent invention, those sorts of things. I thought, anyway, that.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
That's people who are in incarcerated. Look at this.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Oh, right. Explains Sanjay. Trying to work out what type of computer that was. It looks vaguely familiar, but not really. I wonder if it's like the original Mac.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
So that's her older sibling.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Wait a second. It's alright. So, Dawn, Milton and Lewis and Edith. So Edith and her two brothers.
And to see kids in the house again.
God, that's a heavy tragedy to weigh on her heart, isn't it? And Mum. So.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Oh, I wonder if they were homeschooled. Oh, I think they were. By the looks of it, this does look like a classroom. Fact or fiction, our family history. Wow. I do like this house.
But it didn't last.
Observation, question, research, hypothesis, experiment, data, conclusion. I wonder who was doing the teaching then. I wonder if it was her mum or Edith Finch.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Wait, am I at the highest point of the house? No. That will be the highest point, but... Old castle. To himself, eh? God. This is such a surreal place. There's that buoy and Odin's old home.
I think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family.
Oh, I'd love somewhere like this. A telescope. Perspective, good sense of perspective, young man. Wow, is that one of his as well? It's a busy palette, isn't it?
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Having made those sorts of flick books myself, I can tell you what, that would be a few inches thick.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Wait, so this is Milton, her older brother. No, Lewis is the oldest sibling. So where's Milton? So he's the middle sibling, and there's 3 of them. God. Just disappeared. Oh, I hope she finds
Mom spent months searching for my brother.
closure by the end of
doors.
this. Probably not, though. Not after all this time.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Oh, right. and found something in the house.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room, until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Another locked door. This is Louis.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Louis's room, except Louis.
Cannabis poster there. So how did Louis to okay, this is going to be challenging. Well, I'm not going to be able to do that. And I need a key really, or going this way. It's a boat. Bloody hell. Oh god, I don't know if you get this past building regulations. Shisha.
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on. He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch. Louis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Fix cartridges. I have no idea what games console that's supposed to be. Well, it's not. Wait, that's flat screen monitors there, so I must have lived here. I suppose that's 2008, maybe. I don't know. They're not that old. I was still using a CRT, I reckon, by 2008. Yeah, I suppose so. That's when I got my first flat monitor. No, it couldn't have been that late. 2008. Maybe. Dawn Finch. What island? Orcas Island.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Louis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Louis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
Oh, this is
him to describe
challenging. Doing the fish with my right
He said he started small.
stick, and then the computer game with my left stick.
Imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
That's so good. It's so good, this
and
game.
Things that have not names.
So strange.
He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously.
Oh God, I'm
I
getting
had
confused.
hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia.
It's fantastic. It's a
He built the
fantastic
city
game,
up slowly,
this. Is
brick by brick.
what an incredible creation that
Then he made musicians.
this is.
And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
I wonder if there's
He heard rumors of a handsome queen.
An Hereditary. I'm thinking of inheritance here. Hereditary.
The
Handsome
Queen was on her own quest for
Radiant rainbows. Let's go for that.
radiant rainbows.
A hereditary mental health disorder that this family's got.
He followed the sound of her.
Oh, the sitar. He would like the sitar.
Electric sitar. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming.
Look at that fish.
And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him. Began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
Go the left way this time.
His queen waited, holding his crown.
He's a suicide, isn't he? Lewis.
There was only one thing left to do. think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Fucking hell. What a family. What a family, honestly. I mean, he shouldn't have been allowed to smoke marijuana. Mental health condition as well. No, don't go. Don't go. What we need to do actually before we go is we need to have a look through this door. Let's do that. See what's out there. Oh God. More tragedy.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
Oh, her mum left with her. Right.
I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
Okay, the house was cursed. But who was looking after Edie then?
I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
Oh, that's so sad then.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Wait, there's power up here? Oh, power being switched off. Continuity error. Continuity error.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Let's find out about this then. Oh no, this is called The Remains of Edith.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Was this present? What am I missing? What am I missing? Don't know why that didn't work before. Book of Sand. The Aleph Labyrinths. So we're out for this little mystery.
The thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. For a while, I wondered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot.
Oh, right, sunk.
We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by.
I thought I was the only person who did that. With my hand, like, surfing the air outside the car window.
My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone.
God.
The last Finch left alive.
Well, you don't know that. You don't know what happened to Milton.
Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Oh, try not to cry. That's I didn't know she passed away. He's quite young, isn't he, as well, when he's laying the flowers. That's interesting. having all the contributors' childhood photos. One of the best games I've played in a long time now, actually. And it's very rare that I sit and do a 3-hour playthrough of a game. That was absolutely superb. Absolutely superb. I mean, technically, visually, just everything. The whole story, the way that you interact with the narrative, just everything. It was really, really superbly done. Give me those gamer points. See Johan's name in the ending credits as well. Get 100 gamer points for sitting through the credits. Yeah, that was really, really superb. I mean, I'd have probably just purchased that because it was discounted in the Xbox store, you know, and I saw that it had 4.2 out of 5 stars or something like that. God, all those childhood photos look like my childhood photos, really. That's quite sweet. But yeah, I had no idea that it would be like this. Really good. That looks like my niece, actually. Well, not niece. My cousin's daughter. Annapurna Interactive. What about Milton? Milton Finch. Well, there we have it, folks. A superb game. What Remains of Edith Finch. And I'm logging out. Good night.